My name is Karl, and I'm a law professor from Northeastern University in Boston.
And what is going on here today?
Well, the workers have not had a contract from this hotel in over a year, and they are on boycott. Now, it happens that our professional association is having its annual convention here in San Francisco, and using several hotels, and to the dismay of many of us, they are also using the Hilton Hotel, which is under boycott. So we're trying to persuade our colleagues in the law profession business not to enter the Hilton and to support the workers' struggle for economic democracy.
What's been the response of your organization?
Well, the response has been fantastic. Across the country, many speakers who were scheduled to give their presentations in the Hilton requested to be transferred, and we understand that about 2/3 of the programs have been transferred out of the Hilton into the other hotels. So to us, it's a very exciting support from the grassroots, not the official organization.
And what are the situation of workers in this country today under the law?
Well, a generation ago, the main tactic of the worker was to strike, focused on the workplace. The Supreme Court ruled years ago, and it's gotten worse and worse ever since, that a striker can lose his or her job by being permanently replaced. Now, today we have 10% unemployment in a country with diminished workers' rights. In that context, labor has to come up with a new vision, a new way of protecting its members' interests. And the boycott is an example of that. And what's exciting from our point of view is the outreach between labor and other constituencies. I'm lucky. I have a secure job. I have health insurance. I don't have to worry from one day to the next what these people who work here, who clean the rooms that we stay in when we come to these conventions, I don't have to worry about that, but I am proud to support them, and I am thankful to them for reaching out to us and asking for our support.
And how did they get in touch with you?
Oh, well, Local 2 is a very prominent union in the country, very well known, and we became aware of the boycott at the Hilton months and months ago. And so a small group of us have been working on this informally.
About the state of the U.S. with the laws. We got the Republicans back in Congress, control of Congress. For workers, it doesn't look like they're going to have some sympathetic supporters anywhere at this point.
Well, when President Obama was a candidate, he promised to sign the Employee Free Choice Act, and he still supports it, but no progress has been made on that. The Congress is held hostage to the extreme right wing, and President Obama, he had to give billions in tax giveaways to the filthy rich just in order to get unemployment insurance for several million American workers. So it's a bleak situation. What I like about what's happening here today is that economic democracy is back on the agenda. And
well, in the 1930s, when you also had a depression, workers occupied factories, they occupied their workplaces and took them over to get a contract. Do you think that's a possibility today? Well,
I think that there's a learning process that has to go on. The public in the 1930s supported the labor movement generally. Today, I think not everybody understands the importance of these struggles and how difficult they are to maintain. And so I think it's a little while before we get to that stage that you're talking about. But I'm hoping that gradually people of my generation and my students' generation will come to understand these issues and give the kind of support to labor that would permit it to take that sort of militant action.
Well, generally, as far as the law, there are violations. 20,000 workers are fired every year for trying to organize a union. There's no real accountability for these companies. It seems like it's one-sided law in the United States.
Well, I'm a labor lawyer, and when I was in practice before teaching, I was a union lawyer, and I think it's appalling the level of disobedience of law that is committed on a daily basis by American corporations violating the National Labor Relations Act, and by the way, the minimum wage law as well. Well, but we can't cry about that. We've got to move on, find new ways to build and to protect the workers and to build our movement, and I think this sort of action is helpful in developing a new path, a new way around some of these legal difficulties that we're facing.
And why don't you say who you are again?
My name is Karl, and I'm a law professor at Northeastern University in Boston, and I'm here at the convention of the Association of American Law Schools.
My name's Doug Colbert from Maryland Law School, and we're here to express our outrage and strong disapproval that Association of American Law Schools has chosen to hold events at a hotel that's being picketed. There are many other places that we could have moved and should have moved, and while much has been done, there's a lot that hasn't been done.
And what's the response of the leadership of your organization?
Well, I think it's divided. I think there are people who feel very strongly, some people who would actually think of even seceding from the association if they could do such a thing. On the other hand, there are those who feel that they've made the maximum effort they can.
You think this is going to help the hotel workers, your actions here?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this line, this demonstration, the fact that they know that they have support from our organization will help morale considerably.
From Loyola Law School in New Orleans, and look, I'm a new clinical law professor. I'm new to this organization, and what I know is that the right to organize and the right to unionize is one of the most fundamental rights that many people who have come before me have fought hard for. And as a law professor standing in a position of privilege, I know that it's important to stand in solidarity with people who are trying to organize, people who are trying to fight for better wages, for better health care, you know, just trying to get by and get enough for their families to get by. So it's very important for the professors who are here to stand up for what's right.
Now, in New Orleans, there are only a few hotels that are union.
That's right.
What is the situation for workers trying to organize in New Orleans?
Look, the history of unions has been difficult, and there are a few hotels that are unionized in our city, and they're very intense issues with wages, labor issues, and you name it. What we know is that we don't have a livable wage in our country, and it's very, very important for everyone to really get educated about that. People who are working full-time and more than full-time can't get by, and that's why we're here.
Well, these multinational corporations in San Francisco and New Orleans seem to be very profitable, but they've taken a hard line against the workers.
We need everyone to stand up for people over profit. We need everyone who's a policymaker, who's in a position of power, to stand up for what they know is right, and that's why we're here today.
My name is Simon. I work in the room service. 2 years. I don't have medical because they split the hour. I do 3 hours. Next person 3 hours. It's not right. It's not fair for me. And all my coworkers, they have the medical. When I sick, I just go to the walk-in, buy the Tylenol, and then come back to work, do my hospitality. And I tell them 1,000 times, and they say, no busy. No busy, why you split hour for the 3 hours, 3 hours?
Why are they doing this?
Because they don't want to pay me a medical. I'm here 15 years. 2 years in a row, I came in my Tylenol, come to work. The healthy care is that the human right. They cut down my hour. 1 week, I only work 3 hours. 1 week, you work 16 hours. You got the medical. Every time they give me 15 hours.
So they don't want you to work enough time to get your medical?
Yeah, they want to cut down my medical. Why? And everybody have the medical, except me, I don't have it. How can I pay my rent? I own a house. They give me 3 hours 1 week. take unemployment 2 years in a row non-stop. I work every single week. I got no medical. Every time I work 3 hours, the manager asks me, I want you to stay here a little longer. You schedule me 3 hours. How can I stay here? I focus on my second job. You pay rent, I pay rent. 3 hours, I don't have the money to pay my rent. 2 years in a row. And today, same day, they ask me to stay here. I tell my captain, I tell my undertaker, I tell my co-worker, you guys never ever ask me to stay here longer. You don't understand my situation. You all of you have the medical. I don't.
Why do you think this company is doing this?
What?
Why is this company doing this?
The Blackstone, they want to cut each department people and cut the medical. They can save a lot of money. I come here, I work, make some money for the Blackstone. Why don't give me a medical? They drive me crazy. And also my manager, discrimination to me 2 years already.
How is he discriminating against you?
I get off 2:30. If 2:10 you have to order, you get to late like 5 or 10 minutes, I'm gonna invite you up. I don't care about this, I just focus on the business. 10 minutes, how much overtime I got? Because she don't like me. If I am an American boy, she not gonna talk to me like that. I take her go to HR how many times?
She disrespects you.
What?
She disrespects you. She doesn't respect you.
Most Asian people do the same thing. She never talk to the American people like that. Why? The Hilton hired me come to work. No discrimination. I'm in 15 years. I'm late, you wind me up, I got nothing to do. When I work today, she talk about next Wednesday. When I work on a Sunday, she talk to me, if Wednesday you be late, whatever, I can invite you up. I say, I'm working today, Sunday. Why you talk about Wednesday, next week Wednesday? That's not true. That's not true. I fight 2 years in a row. That's how hard I am. Nobody feel me. Same day my manager, I'm sick and tired, you ask me stay here every week. You schedule me 3 hours, I work 3 hours, I work in my second job to collect the rent. Collect the money, pay my rent. And then she's smiling, she walk away. All of it, I talk straight. You have medical, you have a lot of money, have an hour to do, I got nothing.